Hello, it's Rachel here at Claddy Hands Crafts. Today's tutorial is me showing you how I did my version of the accordion pouch. So the first thing to do is to take an A4 piece of paper and we're going to attach the two long edges of that paper together, creating a seam, and this is going to be covered by the accordion gluing, if you like. If you want to measure your folds, then you can do to make it more even, but I just did mine by eye and it turned out fine. So if you're like me and you don't like measuring, then just go for it and hope for the best. That's my advice. So you're going to do that with a second piece of paper as well. The exact same process. Glue the overlap and just keep them pressed under something to, especially if you're working with tea stained paper, because it does wrinkle. So it's best to weigh it down underneath something while it dries. So I dried both pieces together. Next you're going to fold those pieces in half horizontally. And you're going to do that with the seams facing inwards. Use a bone folder if you need to make the creases more pronounced and to stop the wrinkle happening in the middle. Now we need to create a T-shape with our glue and then stick those two pieces together. That T-shape is all that you need. If you use any more than that, if you go up the edges or anything like that, then your pockets won't open fully. And then you're going to join those two pieces together with their own T-shape as well. So that's the pockets created, and you can do any size you like, but I was cutting them down so that I could make a wraparound cover. Now I cut them down to the size that I thought now, but then you will see that later on I trim them even further. So I've got a piece of light card here, and it's a designed one, as that's going to be used for the cover. And then I'm simply wrapping it round to create the booklet cover. So here's where you'll see that the insert's still too long. I want it to be flush with the edge of that bottom piece. So I cut it down just using a pair of scissors. If you do multiple layers like this and you want to be a bit more precise about it, you can use a ruler and a craft knife. That'll just keep those edges together. Just thought that was a little bit too long there, so I've snipped a bit off, and now I'm rounding the corners. Because that paper's quite bright, I've decided to ink the edges just to make it look even more vintage. And then I'm burnishing it all out with the bone folder. If you've rounded the corners of the top flap like I have, just make sure that you remember which way this needs to go. You don't want to get them mixed up and end up using the rounded one as the bottom, and vice versa. So the next step is to glue this into position. And you can glue this all the way down if you wish, and I think that I would have preferred to have done the T-shape again on this, but it worked just fine the way that I did it. So it's completely up to you. It depends if you want those back and front pockets to be a bit more secure, or if you prefer them to open up more easily. So there you have the pouch, and then next I'm going to create a band to go around the middle and hold it all together. So I got my new decal edge ruler. I've been after one of these for ages and I finally got one, so I was really happy about it. I realised that I did it wrong, well not wrong, but I don't like to have the white side facing up, you know, the white ripped edge, so I realised I needed to do it upside down. and that gave me both edges with the wavy deckled shape, and then I inked those up. And I think it looks much more interesting than just tearing it by hand. I'll leave the link in the description of the one that I got if you want to get one for yourself. So you're just creating a band. It's very simple to go around the middle. And because I created this with card, it left a little bit of a bit of leeway for filling up the pouch. But just keep that in mind when you make it. You don't want to make the band too tight so that you can't get things inside the pouch. You might want to do a different kind of closure altogether, but this is just the one that I wanted for this project. So I just put this oval picture of a person, and then when you open it up, there's plenty of space to put lots of little bits and pieces, so it's a nice place to pop ephemera that you want to use in future projects, or you can hide some journal cards and tags. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project and I hope you get some use out of it, and I'll see you again next week for another video. Bye!